on, y'all. Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com.
Crystal Sykes, LadySavage.com.
And we are coming at you with another recipe video. This one is one of my personal favorites, keto tacos. I literally ate 18 tacos last time we made these. They're delicious.
They are delicious.
So, Crystal, you running the show. What do we do?
Crystal, how do you make these? Okay, so let's go over what we have first. Right now I have 6 slices of cheese.
Provolone.
Yeah, this is, well, good job.
Provolone.
So this is provolone. This is generally what I use. They always come in these little rounds, so it makes it much more taco shape. So have those, just have a little side of salsa and a little bit of lettuce, nothing crazy. And then we have just 1 pound of ground beef. Usually when I make tacos, I end up making like 24 taco shells, and then there's enough for me and then the rest for Robert. And then we'll do usually a couple pounds of ground beef, and then I'll usually have leftovers and make an omelet or something like that. So right now I just have the 6 and then the 1 pound of ground beef just to show you guys. And in the ground beef, we're gonna put paprika, cayenne pepper, chili powder. A lot of times I'll put cumin in it, but I just ran out. So we're not gonna put that in it today. I may use a little bit of this Slap Your Mama on there.
Slap Your Mama.
We have some Redmond real salt, and then this is just one of the hot sauces that we've been using lately, and I love it. It's so good. So
I'm gonna start by browning the ground beef, right?
Sure.
All right.
And I'm gonna put the oven on. We're just gonna put the oven on broil on low.
It's 80-20?
Yes, this is 80-20. And I will take these guys off of there and spread them out. I usually only cook 6 at a time, depending on the brand of cheese. Sometimes it'll spread out a little bit more, sometimes it won't. So I usually just do 6 at a time, and it should be good. So I will put some of this Slap Your Mama. You can put whatever you want on it. I just like this because it's got, it already has salt in it, and I like my shells a little bit salty. So salt, red pepper, white pepper, and garlic. So I'll just sprinkle a little tiny bit on each one.
Put your seasoning in the ground beef.
So usually for the ground beef, I will wait till it's almost mostly cooked until I add any seasonings, especially with the red seasonings, because you can't always tell if it's cooked or if it's red because of the seasoning.
Yeah.
But I am going to take this pan or this dish and just set it aside. We're going to be using it to fold over the cheese onto the edges here. So I'm not really using this to cook or bake or anything like that. I'm just gonna set it off to the side. As soon as this comes out, you're gonna want this pan or this dish immediately. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this one in the oven. Again, it's on broil, on low, not on high. You can do high, but sometimes it's a little bit, it'll burn it a little bit too quickly. So I'll put it in there. We'll check it on it in about 6 to 8 minutes and see if it's ready to go for us. Alright, so we're going to put a little bit of these guys in there. This is a chili lime. It is also delicious. I usually just go back and forth from the chili lime to the chili, and they're both really good. I am not afraid to like over season the tacos, like the taco meat, because a lot of times it needs the extra flavor. I don't ever measure how much I'm actually putting in there, just because I like to do it to taste. So usually I'll cook it up a little bit, try it. If it needs more, I'll add more. But
if you are tracking your electrolytes, make sure you take into account how much sodium you're adding into the spices.
Spices like this don't have sodium in them.
The Slap Your Mama definitely does.
Yeah, the Slap Your Mama does. But seasonings like this shouldn't have, this one might because it's mixed with the chili lime, but seasonings like cayenne or paprika or something like that, they should not have any sodium in there, but make sure that you are checking the sodium part if you don't want it salty. paprika.
The keto taco bell.
And I am going to add some of this Redmond real salt because these don't have any salt in them. And I like my meat salty. I like everything salty.
You are salty.
I am salty. Yeah.
Alright, that's ready to rumble.
So we'll just turn that down and let it stay warm while taco shells are in the oven.
Alright, just pulled these out the oven.
Yep.
Nice little crispiness going on there.
They were in our oven for just slightly over 6 minutes. So we're just gonna scoop them off of this pan and place them on top of here. Now, if you want them to be a little more, they will be more chewy the less you cook them. So if you undercook them a bit, they're still delicious, but it might be harder to actually bite and break off.
I like a little chewy crunch.
Yeah.
If that's a thing.
Chewy crunch.
A chewy crunch.
Half the time I get distracted and then half of them are burnt and half of them are chewy.
Alright.
Alright, so that's just gonna sit on there for just a minute to let them cool, and as they sit on here, they will harden. This seems like a super simple recipe, which it is, it absolutely is. And if you've been doing keto or low carb or anything like that for quite some time, you may have already done this or seen someone do this. But I get asked all the time, anytime I post something about us having tacos like in a story or on a post on like my Instagram or something, people always ask me what my shells are made out of, and then I say cheese, and then they don't know how to make it. So I figured, as simple as this was, it was a really good way to show you guys, like, things can be super easy. This is a 2-ingredient meal, and if you want to, you can add some little sides and things like that. However, these are also really great for macro tracking. A lot of times you don't lose a whole lot of oil depending on the type of cheese, the brand of cheese that you have. A lot of times, most of the proteins and fats will stay in there. If you get a leaner cheese, then it has an easier time holding on to all the fats. And then you can weigh out all of your meat and everything. So you can track your macros super easily with this meal, just doing it per slice of cheese for 4 ounces of beef or whatever. The toppings that you put on, super easy to track your macros.
Look at that.
Look at it. They're so cute.
We're gonna doctor these up.
Just like that.
Alright, so these are done. Let's give these a shot. Mouth's watering just looking at them here.
We know that they're gonna be delicious.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and juicy. I'm getting off good.
You're salad eating these. Pretty good though.
Mm-hmm. They are so good. They are a bit messy. I guess all tacos are kind of messy, but we do generally make quite a bit of mess.
Mm-hmm.
But so delicious. Have it in my hair. Wow. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna dive in, eat the rest of these, finish this off.
Mm-hmm.
For the complete macros, video breakdown, the whole kit and caboodle, check out the recipe section at ketosavage.com, and we'll see you next time.
See you later. You want to keep this on the side? Or you want it on
We
there?
gotta put it on there.
Oh my gosh. I bodybuilt.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, you wouldn't know it. Whew.
It's all about the breathing.
Okay, got it.
Let me get this.
No, I gotta get it. But there's a trick to it. You can just